Hey, what's up, everybody, and welcome back to Jay Straight Up Reviews and More. Today, we're taking a look at a brand new speaker that just came out from Klipsch. It's the One Plus. Now, this is my first experience I've had with any of these home speakers from Klipsch, but they had the One originally. I can remember seeing it at Walmart a year or two ago, and they had the Klipsch One 2, the second version of it. So this is their latest, the One Plus. Now they also have the 3 Plus that's come out at the same time as this one. So this is also available in black. I opted for the gray fabric with the wood grain. I think the speaker itself looks really classy. I mean, it definitely has a sharp look to it. It's got metal right there, a little Klipsch logo on there. The wood grain is kind of has a laminated stuff to it, so I think it would not get warped or anything if you set something on top of it. On the top, you have a roller for your volume, which is a little different. You have your power button that's also multifunction for changing inputs. It'll show different colors like blue for Bluetooth. And I'll show you the back. Now, this weighs about 7 pounds, 15.3 ounces when I weighed it. So it's got some weight to it. On the back, you have a utility button that's also used when you do broadcast mode, when you have multiples of these speakers. You have an auxiliary jack, USB-C, which will charge things, and you can also run inputs. It's like an input also. So if you ran something like an MP3 player into it, you could play it through this. And your power socket where you plug it in. And like I said, this is a home speaker only. I don't know if I said that or not, but there's no battery in this. It's strictly plug in to play. So this is what I consider one of those more set it and forget it. So like, you put it in your den, put it in your bedroom or your office or something like that, and it just sits. So it's Bluetooth only. It's kind of the same size or very similar in size to the JBL Authentics 200 that recently came out, but that one has Wi-Fi. This one has no Wi-Fi. I don't believe the 3 Plus does either. These run strictly Bluetooth and their inputs. So there is an app. Klipsch has an app. One thing that I found a little odd when I tried to pair this, it would not pair to my phone or my tablet. It kept saying you needed to download the app. So if somebody knows something different about these, how they operate, you can let me know. But I did have to download their app in order to get it to work. And even then, it was a little wonky. So I don't care for that being forced to use an app, and then it also wants to use your location and stuff like that. I don't like that. So keep that in mind if you want to get one of these. That's what it does. So let's back this thing up. Oh, it's Bluetooth 5.3. Forgot to mention that. So it's the latest Bluetooth, or the newest Bluetooth. They may have 5.4 out. I'm not sure. I will point one other thing out that I didn't care for. A little attention to detail is kind of important to me when you're dealing with something that's kind of more expensive. Not like a cheap Chinese speaker. See the manual over there? It's just like a photocopied manual. It's real cheap, black and white. It looks like something you might have Xeroxed off in the office or something and made it. But it would have been nicer if it had like a color manual, because there's a light up here that shows you what, when you're going through the inputs, like blue for Bluetooth. I think yellow is for auxiliary. But it would have been nice if there was colors in the manual. But that's just a little nitpicky thing that kind of sits a little uneasy with me when they cheap out on stuff like that. So let's move the camera back and see what this baby sounds like. All right, so I've got the camera backed up about 6 feet, zoomed in a little bit. Now, the Klipsch app, I'll show you here. I'll try it first in its flat EQ. There you can see the list of different EQs: flat, vocal, bass, treble, rock, and you can set your own custom. It's a lot like the Sony or the JBL, where you just have bass, mids, and treble to adjust. So very basic. But I will say one thing, I'll preface this before I start it, is this thing does not handle bass. Now it has the bass EQ. Let me show you what the bass EQ looks like. The bass EQ has you can see the bass is completely all the way up. If you play something with bass heavy music, this thing gets a distorted mess. This thing cannot handle bass very well. You need to keep the bass down. So I'm going to start this in the flat EQ, and then we'll go from there. Put your headphones on if you have them, preferably not Dollar Tree headphones, decent headphones. All right, here we go. We'll start at 27%. This is in the flat EQ. Let's go up to 40%. Change track still at 40. Let's go up to 60. Change track. Let's go up to 80. Now watch what happens when I change to bass. Bass EQ. Back to flat. That one actually didn't do too bad. Change track. Go to max volume. This is on flat EQ. Even that's bad. Distorted. Bass EQ. Ugh. Oh. Flat. Back that down to 60. This thing can't handle it. Custom EQ. Now it says updating. This thing is kind of sketchy. The app is kind of flaky. It's not letting me go to custom EQ. Let me pause this and see what the deal is, because I have a custom EQ set and it says updating when I try to push it. Let me see what's up. All right, I don't know what exactly was going on. If you look on Google Play, this Klipsch Connect app doesn't have the greatest reviews. But anyway, this is the custom EQ I'm rocking. I'm not increasing the bass, just the mids and the highs, because this can sound a little warm on some tracks. So, like I said, the bass, I'm not even going to try to push that. All right, here we go, 60%. Custom EQ.
Check the mic and make sure it sound right, boys.
The bass is just not smooth. It's kind of garbled up. Change track. Let's go up to 80%. You know the bass isn't hitting very good. Down to 40. $27. So it doesn't really sound that great at low volume. So there you go, guys. That's the Klipsch, the One Plus. Now this is a $250 speaker with no Wi-Fi. So it's probably in line with, I don't know, there's several Marshall brand or Marshall models I don't know exactly which one would be in line with this, the Acton 3 maybe. But I think for 250 bucks, it kind of under delivers. I don't like the fact that you have to run the app too. So let's give this a score. If you haven't paid attention in the last video I did, doing a new grading system based on playing cards. Ace, of course, is the best, and deuce or two is the worst. And if your speaker is really a turd, you'll get the Joker. So we're gonna disclose the score right now, and Dr. Strange will be holding the playing card with the rating for this speaker. So there it is, everybody. Dr. Strange is holding the playing card, and it's a 5, which is not really that good of a score. Like I said, there's a lot of factors working against this thing. The app's kind of wonky. You have to use the app to connect it. It's kind of expensive. It's $250. There's no Wi-Fi, so you know, for a home speaker, I'm surprised they don't have Wi-Fi in this. They really should. It's just not really a bass speaker. If you try to, especially their bass EQ, as you saw what I showed you, their bass EQ is maxing out that bass. And I've played this with some copyright, you know, protected music, some rap. It sounds awful. The distortion, I mean, it sounds like it's going to damage a speaker. There's no way I would use this bass EQ on this speaker for bass heavy music. It'd probably destroy the speaker. So all in all, I think this is kind of a letdown. Not something that I would personally recommend buying. I will leave the link in the description. I mean, if you like it, that's your call. Some people may, but definitely not a speaker for bass music. So let me know what you guys think in the comments below. It does get pretty loud, and it's not the cleanest sounding speaker either. It has 2 tweeters and I think a 4.5 inch or 4.75 inch woofer in the middle. So it's they call it a 3-channel sound, or 2.1, I believe. I don't know. It's just not as good as the JBL Authentics 200 that I have. That's $100 more, but it also has Wi-Fi. So I think if you were going to get something in this size for your house, like your den, you know, in an apartment or something, I would lean towards getting that JBL Authentics 200. It may be a little more expensive, but I think it's worth it. So let me know what you guys think in the comments below on this one. Me and Dr. Strange came to an agreement. This is a 5, which, like I said, we're dealing with an Ace the best, 2 the worst. So a 5, all things considered, with the price and everything, is not a very good score. Like and subscribe. If you haven't subscribed today, do it. It's free. Costs you nothing. And I guarantee you, my channel is worth every bit of nothing. That's a wrap. Dr. Strange and I are out.